we do this at this time. C.J. Stroud's great. We got our Hall of Fame quarterback here. The hair was on point during the speech. I saw it. It was flowing there. I saw what you were trying to put together there.
Some body, doesn't it? Stuff's thick, brother.
It's healthy, isn't it? But text in your thoughts. I see somebody said rookie season C.J. Stroud showed up on Sunday. What was your grade? Again, C.J. Stroud, 28 of 23, 233, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, no interceptions, quarterback rating of 120. That's his best rating since the Cleveland Brown playoff game his rookie year. 4 carries, 11 yards rushing. Clint, how would you grade C.J. Stroud?
I gave C.J. Stroud an A.
Yeah.
Not an A minus, not an A plus. I gave C.J. Stroud an A. Look, that was a game that it was fairly obvious, fairly early, that if you just played a mistake-free game, you were going to win that game one way or another. And as you said in the last segment, you had to win that sucker.
Yeah.
Even if it was 6 or 12-0, you got to win that football game somehow, some way, and get away from this losing streak, right? So I think C.J. Stroud's play probably was dictated by the kind of game that it was very quickly obvious that it was going to be. And 22 of 28 for 233 and 2 touchdowns is exactly what you want from C.J. Stroud. I don't recall the ball being put in harm's way one time. All right. I think 2 of 3 shots that he took were on the money. The go ball down the sideline, which shifted the whole game to Nico Collins, and the check that he threw to Higgins for a touchdown. You mentioned the other one. He missed Dalton Schultz, or who he threw it in between the outside receiver and Dalton Schultz. I'm not real sure whose fault it was, but you just flat out can't miss those. I think if he hits that, this game goes totally different. By the way, I think they run him up out of there pretty quick. That was a painful miss, but I think that was his only in the entire game, right? I mean, he was unbelievably patient. He mentioned the death by 1,000 cuts is the style of offense that they want to play, and that's what it looked like he bought in for 1 week. And he bought in. It was boring. It was simple, stupid. And then when he had the opportunity to hit him where it hurts, he hit him. I thought he used Dalton Schultz in the underneath game, 6 targets, 5 catches. I thought he used the running backs, but really Woody Marks again underneath on some catches and was extremely patient and then just dropped dimes when he had the opportunity, with the exception of one. So I don't think C.J. Stroud, given what was presented to him, I don't know that he could have handled the situation or played any better than he did. Again, with the exception of the Dalton Schultz miss in the first half, man, that was about as clean a game as you're going to get from C.J. Stroud. And I know people don't want to hear this, Ron. We talked about it last night in the postgame. That is – now you'd like to do it against a better opponent, but ideally that's what this offense is going to look like. This offense is they're going to be okay with not making – when they know that the other team's offense can't score, they're not going to be overly aggressive.
Which will be the majority of the games they play.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, yeah. I mean, that's how they're going to be very comfortable in a 6-0, 12-0 game against anybody and everybody out there, with minimizing, the risk with the ball, with not taking sacks, not getting behind the chains. They're going to be that is what the Nick is designed to look like, is what we watch. Now, again, it needs to happen against better opponents, and it hasn't. But ideally, that's what you want it to look like is, hey, CJ, beat Tom Brady for 95% of the game, and then show us that ball placement specialist in the mid-range to deep game 3 or 4 times. And that's how they're going to win games. And so I gave him an A, Ron.
I thought he was really, really good in a lot of spaces. I know when you look at his numbers, it wasn't, 300 yards. It wasn't, 3 touchdowns. It wasn't, that. There wasn't a lot of, big play. Really, they erupted in the fourth quarter. Not a lot of big plays around. But listen, I'm in the A range as well. He took a lot of shots and got right back up. He was able to work through some of the deficiencies on his team. And he was mature enough to take the throws, and you could almost see it. He wanted to go downfield. You could almost see it in him. He wanted to go downfield, but he took him, and he used Dalton Schultz in a way that Dalton Schultz can be used, and is right there as an outlet. And Dalton Schultz several times 4 to 8 yards. He was getting, and it was easy, and he was decisive on his throws. Woody Marks as well, Nick Chubb as well. You know, they were able to get 1-2 yard dump offs that they turned into to plays where it's 2nd and 8 or it's a first down. And then, as you've said, he took the shots when he needed to and when they were available. And that is the way they got to play. And as you said, now he's got to be consistent with it, but that's the way they got to play. And he did. He looked like he knew the game plan and was able to kind of go with what the plan was.
Well, Ron, he's the one that's got to buy into it, because I'll be honest with you, and I don't have any inside source, obviously, but Nick Hughley looks at that game and goes, he doesn't go, man, it was the Titans. He goes, man, that's what I want it to look like. That's what I want it to look like. Stay ahead of the chains, stay in 3rd and 4th and short. Now they had to go convert 3 4th and shorts. I'd rather you not do it. Let's go ahead and get our conversions on 3rd down up, which they did by the end of the game, but it was sketchy early. Yeah. Let's take care of some of that stuff. But that's exactly what Nick Hughley wants this thing to look like, man. And look, I mean, CJ's got to buy in. CJ's got to buy in this week. I know you're playing a Baltimore team that's got some injuries.
What do they?
The approach has to be somewhat the same. Defensively, you got to feel like with Lamar Jackson out that you can hold them down, and you got to minimize the risk on the offensive side of the football and just slowly kind of step away from them. That's got to be the plan. Now we'll see what unfolds, but that's got to be the plan. And CJ's got to commit week in, week out the way he did this week.
Text line coming in, A-. He got sloppy with the snap count and almost got killed. Text line B-, didn't get going until the second half. Missed 2 wide open targets, 1 for potential touchdown. Bill texting in. CJ missing wide open Dalton Schultz for a touchdown. I mean, you're going to miss some, right?
What other miss did he have? Well, he only missed 6 throws.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're referencing some people that were open. He didn't pull the trigger on. I'm sure. The Dalton one is the one that stands out. I think Ross Tucker may have said another one in the call somewhere. I rewatched it again this morning. He may have said something in the call. The Dalton Schultz one is the one that really jumps out. But no, I mean, listen, you're going to miss some throws. And yes, when you're playing better opponents, damn it, you need those. But I thought he managed the game and what the game was really well.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he did too. I thought he did a hell of a job. But look, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the margin for error with C.J. Stroud is larger than most, right? I mean, the right now this defense is going to play tremendous. And when I say margin of error, I mean, if you miss one throw, if you come back and hit the next 2 shots on a go ball down the sideline and a seam route for a touchdown, I'll take that 2 of 3. I'll take that 66% all day on balls that are thrown over 25 yards down the field, right? C.J. Stroud needs to hit the first one, no doubt about it. He's better than that, right? That's on him. That's not about heat. That's not about training camp. It's not about lack of options. He's got to hit that throw. But 2 of 3 shots is damn good. I mean, that is good. Yeah, I'll give him an A on that. Thanks, Bill.
All right. Shout out to you, Bill.
Big Bill.
Thanks, Bill.